So what's it like to be Canadian living in the UK? Well, in some respects, there's a lot of things that are similar. So it's not like being a Canadian living in a more far-flung country. Obviously, the language is the same. The Queen's on the money. We have a similar political system. So there's lots of things you recognize, but that can be strangely distracting in that there actually are big differences in our cultures. I think probably the old cliche that the British are reserved, more private, less friendly when you first meet them, although that's not true when you've known them for a long time. We are, as Canadians, much more open, much more likely to make eye contact, much more likely to say hello to people we don't even know. So there is a sense of difference there. I think one of the things I also miss is just the sense of space that we have in Canada. I sometimes like to say that houses and accommodation in Britain is a bit like living in Legoland. Everybody is on top of each other, whereas we have, and are so lucky to have in Canada, lots of space, lots of wide open spaces, but also in terms of our houses and our yards and our property. We're just not living very often on top of each other in the way that people are here. In terms of the university, there are some differences too, although I like to think that actually in Canada we can compete with the best universities anywhere, but Oxford does have a different system. It's obviously a much older university with much more tradition. In fact, the university isn't as central as the individual colleges are. They came first and the university came much later. A little bit like Canada, the provinces came first and the central government came later. And also in the university system here, people specialize at a much younger age. I think in Canada we still give people the opportunity to explore, to take lots of subjects before we sort of push them to choose what they want to be, what they want to work in. Whereas in the British system, from a very early age, you focus in on one or maybe two subjects, and that's the focus of your university education. I think what's great about Oxford that maybe you can't replicate in Canada is that it's really a hub for lots of different people coming from all over the world. In any given week, there's loads of interesting speakers, there's lots of visiting scholars. There's a sense that it's a place where world-class research is always happening, and there are 50 interesting talks in any given week that you can never attend all of. So it is certainly a hub, and it's also a very multicultural university with people from all over the world. That's why I love it. That's why I continue to stay.